Hello and welcome to another Fiscal Crunch Time here in the sunny, beautiful Dominican Republic. I finally bring it to you. Self-sustainability. Feed a family of 4 for 1 year for less than $300. You're now out of excuses. This plan is the fastest, cheapest, and easiest way to start a food storage program. If you're done in the weekend, and there are no hassles with rotating, pack it and forget it. It's space efficient. Everything is consolidated into a few 5-gallon buckets. You're going to sleep content knowing that you have a 1-year food supply on hand for your family should you ever need it. With the exception of dairy and vitamin B12, this bean soup recipe will fulfill all your basic nutritional needs. It won't fill all your wants, but using this as your starting point, you can add the stuff you want later. All of the food and storing supplies listed on this, you need pen and paper for this. I should have said that before, please excuse. All the food and storing supplies listed below that you're going to list, I hope, plus 2 55-gallon recycled barrels to be used to rain catchment. We call it rain catchment. All of the food and storing supplies listed, plus the 2 55-gallon recycled barrels for the rain catchment. Cost total was around $296. Now, mind you, I did this and I recorded all of this in preparation for Y2K. Everyone thought the world was going to end Y2K because the computer stopped at 99, and it was crazy. Everything was nuts. So, all of the food and the storing supplies, plus 2 55-gallon recycled barrels. This is the key to cut costs. You get recycled barrels from an oil refinery or something like that, a construction place. Total cost was $296 plus tax, including tax. I'm sorry about that. It included. It was $296 or so. I purchased rice, bouillon cubes, and salt from a Costco or a Sam's Club. I think I went to both. You can buy small bags of barley at the grocery store. But if you don't mind waiting a few days, special ordering a bulk bag from a Whole Foods or so, that'll be a little bit cheaper. All of the beans you can purchase at a Kroger's or a Myers in 1-pound bags. Buckets, lids for those buckets, Mylar bags, which is like a plastic coating, almost like a sandwich bag type thing. And rain barrels were from the Lexington Container Company. You've got a place local to you, wherever you are, where you can find the buckets, the lids, the Mylar bags, and the rain barrels, the 55-gallon recycled barrels. You can find them. There's going to be a containery around where you're living. Like I said about 2 minutes ago, an oil refinery that has things that they're trying to unload or sell. The prices there are so good, and they normally have a great selection. And it's worth the drive, even if they're not even in your local area. The biggest thing is you can find a place that has a place that can give you a free storage course. And if you're in the United States, you want to take a look at the LexingtonContainerCompany.com. I'll post a link on the video on the podcast, and you'll see it on the window. So long story short, what you need: 8 5-gallon buckets, 8 large Mylar bags, 8 2,000 cc oxygen absorbers, 8 gamma lids, a handful of bay leaves, 90 pounds of white rice, 22 pounds of kidney beans, 22 pounds of barley, 22 pounds of yellow lentils, 5.5 pounds of split green peas, 5.5 pounds of garbanzo beans, 1 pound of salt, a big box of beef and chicken bouillon cubes, a measuring cup. Now, having assembled all of those things, what you're going to do next, this is the what to do, what to store, how to have, and how to place it. You got to install the gamma lids on the bucket and insert the Mylar bags, because you're going to load them. You're going to then place 2 or 3 bay leaves in the bottom, and you're going to fill the buckets, adding more bay leaves after each 1/3 of the way until you're filled up. Place an oxygen absorber on the top, in the top, to suck everything out, all of the oxygen. And then you label the buckets with the contents, and you date them. How do you fill them? 3 buckets with rice. Shake it down really good. Get it all in, packed in. 1 bucket each of kidney beans, barley, and yellow lentils. Take a mix. In 1 bucket, store the split green peas, garbanzo beans, salt, your measuring cup, and your bouillon cubes. I took the bouillon out of the box and vacuum sealed it, as bouillon contains a small amount of oil with it. So I took it out and vacuum sealed it shut, then put it back in. So there you got it. That's a total of 7 buckets so far. I then placed a broom handle across the bucket and wrapped the ends of the Mylar bag over the broom handle to give me some support. Then slowly and smoothly I ran a hot iron over the Mylar bag to seal all except the last 2 inches, vis-a-vis the need for the broom handle. Then I pressed out as much air as I possibly could before sealing the remaining 2 inches. Make sure your Mylar is completely sealed from end to end. Now, stuff the bag into the bucket and rotate the gamma lid into place. This will protect your food for 25 years, more or less. You'll have excess Mylar to bag on top. Don't cut it off. That way, if you have to cut it open to get into it, you have enough bag remaining to reseal everything. Now, where are you going to put it? It's pretty easy to find a place for 7 to 8 5-gallon buckets, even in the smallest of apartments or the smallest of holes. What me and my family chose to do was to keep all of these buckets in our basement. And after we did that, what we did, we turned around and used those buckets for support to keep up shelving. We took pipes from the same hardware store, the same hardware oil refinery. We purchased just miscellaneous sundry type things where we used those pipes to lay on the buckets and use them to hang things. Where they put 2 5-gallon buckets on top of each other, and then with a pipe in between, so you can actually hang suits or coats or what have you. After you've found a place to keep the 7 to 8 5-gallon buckets, you're going to discard the box lids and lay a kid's mattress on top of the buckets, lining the bag of a large closet with the buckets, or we also used some of these. We made a couch table upstairs by stacking the buckets too high between the couch and the wall. Then we made a lid out of it. We purchased a table. So the beautiful thing here, the buckets are about 6 inches taller than the back of the couch. So that, it was hand in glove. Add a shelf and drape it over, and it looked perfect. With the shelf that we added on top and the drape, it looks fine. I mean, when people come in, they've got no questions. Because if they come in to eat, or they come in just to sit and talk with you, have a drink, It's a convenient place for a lamp and books. You've got, who knows that you've got food storage buckets there underneath the table. Just get creative with things. So now, time to get into your cycle. Making your food, your bean soup. What you're going to do, you're going to measure out 8 ounces of rice, 2 ounces of red kidney beans, 2 ounces of pearl barley, 2 ounces of lentils, 1 ounce of split green peas, and 1 ounce of chickpeas or garbanzo beans. I'll refresh. You're going to measure out 8 ounces of 8 ounces of white rice, 2 ounces of red kidney beans, 2 ounces of pearl barley, 2 ounces of lentils, 1 ounce of split green peas, 1 ounce of chickpeas or garbanzos. You're going to add 6 to 7 quarts of water, add a bouillon cube or salt to taste. Then add any other meats, vegetables, potatoes, or seasonings you happen to have on hand. Bring it all to a boil and let it simmer for 2 hours. You should have enough to feed 4 people for 2 days. This is thick and hearty. You'll be warm on the inside and full with 1 large bowl. Kids normally eat about a half of a bowl. Now, when the emergency is over, this system allows you to open the Mylar bags, retrieve as much of the ingredients as is needed, and then reseal the bag even after the emergency has passed. Just be sure to replace the ingredients used so that you always have your 1-year supply on deck. This actually works because we did this after the emergency blew over with Y2K. We ate for a strong 3 weeks, 4 weeks, a month, until we realized, hey, no computers were cut off, nothing happened, everything's cool. My job, I still got to go to work, I still got to go in there, punch the clock, the computer tells me I'm on time, whatever. The 8th bucket. See, this is it. This is the Holy Grail. This is the secret. Traveled all the world to find the Holy Grail and find out what it was really about. This list isn't included in the 300. This falls into the what I want category. Quote unquote, what I want. As money and resources become available, I just go crazy adding all of my indulgences, starting with coffee. You can add what you want, but I'd fill it with 1 dry onion. Let's face it, what's bean soup without onion? Sprinkle on the onions just before serving. 2, just add water cornbread mix packets. I can't eat a bean soup without cornbread. 3rd, beef jerky and Vienna sausages. They add protein and zest to the bean soup. 4th, instant oatmeal. Do you really want bean soup for breakfast? Freeze the oatmeal for 3 days before packing to kill any bugs. Beautiful. Think about that. If you're boiling the water, you got the oatmeal already on deck. You add boiling water, you stir, and you're good to go. 10 pounds of jelly beans. Don't laugh, it's a bean. Jelly beans don't melt like chocolate. The high sugar content is quick energy and a morale booster. You're feeling down and out, eat this jelly bean, baby. It's got just enough of a high to help you get over the really bad days. So what you got to do, you got to wait for a holiday, Easter, Christmas, a birthday to stock up on jelly beans. You can get a lot at Easter, you get a lot over holidays, Christmas, San Sylvester. Now, before you fill the 8th bucket, buy small bags of the ingredients and fix a big pot of bean soup for dinner. Eat the leftovers the 2nd night and 3rd night until it's all gone. Find out now, rather than later, what your family might like to add to it. This is how you fill up your 8th bucket. Anything tastes great the first meal, but quickly becomes boring after the third or the fourth repeat of the meal. Don't wait until the emergency happens to discover what you should have stored in the 8th bucket. Oh my goodness gracious. Well, there you have it. There you have it. How to feed a family of 4 for 1 year for less than $300. Happy trails to you. That being said, I look forward to reaching out to you again in the course of the next 2 days as we talk about the further fiscal chicanery that the central bankers and the academics are doing to us while we're sleeping, while we're out celebrating holidays. God bless you. Thank you so much.